Hello, friends. It's Stacy, and today I am talking about levels to the game, and I'm actually talking about feminism and specifically feminist power. And I realize I have been caught up in this in a way that no longer serves me or my family. So I'm actually going to be shifting gears in a lot of ways. Um, One of the things I want to mention is that feminism, most people aren't aware of this, is the belief that women are equal to men socially, economically, spiritually, in every way. And that's it. Period. End of story. That's it. That's what feminism is. And a lot of people have misinterpreted it and distorted it. And we live in a world where everyone's arguing with everyone. And this has hurt me and my family in a lot of ways. So today I'm going to talk about the 3 levels of feminism and where I think we're going, or where I feel we're going. And I'm going to take some time off to, maybe just see where we're all going as a nation, where we're creating actually a democracy. So feminism, hey, we started out, women are property. They're property. They are not considered to be full citizens in the United States of America. 1776. We've been fighting for equality for 264 years. We've made incremental gains. The control systems that dictate our, situation are often, they don't listen to us. They stonewall us, and unless they're absolutely forced to, they won't act on our behalf. Okay, so level 1 is basically the survival mentality, where you're just basically trying to get through the day. Now, hopefully we've gone beyond that. I think we have. I think most people in our country, we support women, and we've done a lot to improve our lives. So, a lot of people would say, hey, what's the big deal? Women make more money than they ever have. They can choose any job they have. They can have any relationship they want, anyhow they want. And they can scratch their way up to the top of the corporate ladder. What's wrong with that? Well, the challenge is that we are not happier than we were a generation ago. And we've gotten to the point where violence against women in particular is now entertainment. And as a relationship coach in the last 20 years, I've watched that evolve. For instance, porn was actually not as pervasive as it is now. Now it's just entertainment. Hey, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about disrespecting women? What's the big deal? It's just entertainment. It's not real. Well, actually, it does bleed out into our life, and it's caused a serious amount of anger, frustration, sorrow, and extreme devastation on the feminine in general. And also, I'm realizing that part of me, maybe just even making these videos, maybe that little girl that never felt like she was heard. Okay, so I am taking a step back, and I think a lot of what we need to do right now is feel our feelings. Okay, so, and own kind of where we are. We live in a violent society, and the question is, are we going to be able to partner with each other to move out of it or not? Okay, so on the front of this video, there's Vajrayogini. Vajrayogini is a Tibetan Dakini, and her specialty is to take anger, frustration, all of the lust, the greed, the et cetera, on and on and on. Okay, and the thing is we all have to own this as humanity. Okay, all of us. Okay, it's not someone out there that's misogynist. It's okay. Well, what about me? What about me is judging myself or other women, or not supporting my own daughters, right? Not allowing them to have their feelings, trying to control things. Okay, so I am personally coming to a point where I really need to look at myself and do a lot of things that I recommend other people do in relationships. And 3 things, we need safety. We need to feel safe. We need to have support wherever that comes from, so we can get to a place where we can expand. Okay. So the second stage is we're like, shit, we're actually being controlled. Like, wow, we're being surveilled. Absolutely. We are, close to getting an electronic currency that is controlled by the government. And we are being, the bots know what we're going to buy before we do. Right. So, the question is, do we want to just continue to be meat puppets that have a job or paying the bills, or we want to be real human beings right here, which is actually stepping out of all of that, all of the fact that we gave our power away to, someone outside of ourselves. We've given political constructs the divine feminine. We've allowed them to dictate to us what our rights are. So there's a lot of fear that actually creates fear. And from a spiritual standpoint, that keeps us in our lower chakras, and we're unable to actually fulfill our true destiny, which is total creativity, total abundance, lover archetype, queen of the universe. That's who we are. We are not victims. We are victors. Okay, so we're actually going to step out of the old game. Maybe we call it feminism. I don't know. Maybe we should we take that word and throw it out. I don't think we should. And we're going to step into a new game. And this new game we create. And that game is, we want to play with the people. And I think a lot of them are men that love us. They want to support us. They have resources. And maybe we need to get lawyers. I don't know. I'm not part of that team, but there's a lot of our systems that are obsolete control structures that are literally crumbling. Okay. And while they're crumbling, I suggest that we all focus on creating deeper connection with ourselves, creating safe spaces where we can feel all of our feelings, not just the ones that are approved of by whatever construct that we have. And ultimately, I'll come up with more and more self-compassion, for, where we are inside of ourselves due to the experiences we had maybe when we were growing up in a society that's based in domination. Okay. So literally, we are going to step out and make a new game. Okay. And if I'm going to play a part in that at any level, I don't know, maybe I'm just fooling myself. I don't know. It's part of the waking up process. It's like, holy crap, I'm being controlled. Oh my God, I realize that we can totally step out of it and claim, women are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. Sexuality is sacred. Women are equal to men on a spiritual standpoint. It is our birthright. Women are here to lead with compassion, wisdom, and most of all, love into a whole new world. And how that's going to happen, I have no control over it. But what I want to do right now is feel everything. Just allow myself to feel everything and do my best to support other people, my family, and my friends, and anybody that may need some support, that comes into my world, to do that too, because there's a lot of emotion around what's going on. And that's been also sucked out of this movement, so we're claiming equality. We're claiming constitutional equality. We, the people, have spoken. We have a ratified amendment in the U.S. Senate. They've chosen not to work on it. Complacency is agreement. As women, it behooves us to step out of an abusive relationship with these control systems and just stop eating more and more fear and getting more and more angry, because that actually just feeds it, and step into our power. All we got to do is claim that and realize that we own our own power, and just feel our feelings as we move through this amazing, great shift, because as things are falling apart, they're actually falling together. And please have faith. And it's all from the inside out. You are closer than you realize, but we all have to feel it. I think that's really true. We all have to feel it. So sending my love, and I think I'm going to take a break actually in Women's Herstory Month, Drunk Herstory Month, and I'm going to stop feeding that victim archetype inside of me, because it's old. It's the old story. We are the queens, creatrixes, and lovers, mothers, wise women, crones, maidens that are here to do something really, really, really beautiful and amazing, and love Mother Earth and love each other. So let's focus on that. Okay, sending lots of love. Namaste.